Hello everyone, Multi-Dark Samus is here, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Apollo Justice. With OBS being a pain already, though less so than yesterday. So I got everything working as you can see. Test in the chat. I don't know. I had to test that Streamlabs was working and that it was properly reading it off the thing. Did I say Apollo Justice? I meant Dual Destinies. I've been saying Ace Attorney Apollo Justice for so long that I forgot which game I was playing. Just funny, because I haven't touched Apollo Justice since I last beat it, so... yeah. Anyway, normal disclaimer, and all spoilers will result in an instant ban. Bans will be revoked at the end of this video. Multi-offenders will be banned until the end of the year. Now, when we left off, I had finally, after 3 streams, beaten the introduction case, which was by far a pain. So, and then it threw us right into the beginning of the Case 2 cutscene, so I'm sitting here, ready to go on the cutscene to bring us into Case 2. Hold on. Oh shoot, I forgot to turn off desktop audio. Keep turning it up so that I can hear it. And then I realized that I forgot to fix the audio volume on the DS. What? What the hell is this? Oh, this is beautiful.
Long, long ago, the nine-tailed fox defeated the evil Tenmataro and
then the
sealed
Fire
the
Nation
fallen
attacked.
demon away. To this day, it is said that he slumbers even still within the Forbidden Chamber.
Until one day the Fire Nation attacked? There we go, there's the Fire Nation.
Night, Alderman. Sweet dreams.
What the hell is this guy?
At long last, the revival of Tenmataro is at hand.
The three-eyed hippogriff? Just started up the stream and already got all the memes in there, so... I think we've met our meme quota for the day? Night? Evening? Well, it hasn't changed much. It's changed a little bit. I don't remember that door being there. But, I mean, for the most part, it's just a 3D modeled version of the room instead of being just a 2D picture painted on the background. And we've got the floating spaghetti, the hat. I think the stuff around the hat's new, though. Hold on, I'm gonna get a comparison here. Well, obviously, I'm not going to forget to do that. But I'm 5 minutes in, you can't expect me to throw that in before we have any context for it. It's not like someone died to a flat object being shoved into their head. But also you sent that in chat, so that just spoils everything. Let's try to get some pictures. Whoa, YouTube, you updated your stuff. Oh! Hold on, I think this is the 3D version. I said I met the meme quota. That's not a meme. That is a reference. Let's write anything. I can't find the one from Apollo Justice. Closest thing I have, Trucy's head is in the way. Actually, no, they're about the same. No, they look the same. Unless this says Apollo Justice. I'm trying to get a comparison here. I'm having trouble. How about the wiki? No, everything is pretty much the exact. No, the coffee table has more stuff on it. The door was there. There's a coat on the bench, not bench, the couch. Other than that, everything's about the same. It really didn't change much. Oh my god, she's aged 7 years. And we got a new song for her. It's more bassy, I don't like it. There, I did my research. Can I just say that, 1 year has passed since Apollo Justice to Dual Destinies? Ergo, she should not be this big. She looks like she's aged 4 or 5 years, maybe 7. I don't like the remix of her theme. It's less... I guess it kinda shows just how much she's matured in a year, assuming she has matured at all. Because the other one was just very hyper and up-tempo and everything, but this is just sort of mild and relaxed. I don't like it. It's upsetting. Can't ruin a classic theme, even though it can't really be called a classic theme because it was Apollo Justice. Way too late to be classic. Again, I thought you loved cleaning the toilet. Also, Trials and Tribulations callback. Wait, did you just say it's been almost a year? Yep, almost a year, so 1 year has passed, and yet she looks so much older now. My name is Apollo Justice. I didn't get a chance to introduce myself in the first case because I was unconscious from a boot to the head. That's not going to count for my boot to the head of this stream though, because I didn't bequeath it. What am I gonna do after Ace Attorney? I'll have to finally end the boot to the head meme. What am I supposed to do then? When am I supposed to shove boot to the head into things? It only works in this case. I don't know. I'll find a way to integrate it into the cooperative thing that I intend to do after Ace Attorney. I've done some testing, I need to do more testing, but I have like 2 months before that. Assuming I decide to jump into it immediately after Ace Attorney and don't, say, do Stardew Valley, which I have been holding off for the longest time for other stuff. There's so much stuff to stream and so little time for me. I guess if I were a full-time streamer and had more than one mod so I didn't have to share my time with him. We love you, Techie, and all that you do. No, it's not. The stream's fine, I haven't dropped any frames. And OBS is refreshing properly, so I can tell. God, if I could stream full time though, then I could do like a 4 to 6 hour stream, which would be insane, and I'd probably die afterwards. But then I'd actually have time to do multiple games in one stream. As it is, doing the 3-hour streams with multiple games was pushing it a lot for me. I think your internet's just bad, techie. Also, I lost my train of thought, so I forgot to insult him. You're a burden. But we love you anyways. And by we, I mean me, because there's no one else to love you. Welcome to the fun of... I don't know. I am the talent of lawyer. I actually, I had intended to start the stream. Oh, that's really weird. Normally Twitch works better than YouTube. Twitch might be having problems though. No, I had intended to start my stream off with a different version of the song, but then I realized I had to look into the licensing for it, so I could determine if I was allowed to, because it's a content creator that I respect a lot. As if I don't respect Capcom at all. I don't know my rights. Am I actually allowed to play copyrighted music? Well, I'm playing copyrighted music from a game I'm playing. What are they gonna do, make me... Well, they can just VOD mute. YouTube can't though. They just take it down. And then I'd get a warning. And then the paranoia sets in and I go to check my email. I haven't gotten an email from YouTube that says that your videos are... Alright, so everything seems fine. Now I was gonna open up with the acapella version, but I didn't have enough time to research because I decided to wait until the minute before the stream to start researching whether or not he had stated anywhere that you were allowed to use his music in your videos. It's not on the front page of Patreon, and it's not in the description. So, you know, I'd have to do some research, but I mean, I'm not just gonna throw his music in here without credit, at least. But I want to make sure that he won't be upset if he finds out. When did it get renamed to Write Anything Agency? When looking at the wiki article, I didn't actually read any of the information, so no spoilers from that. I just went there to see if they had some pictures, and they had one picture. Of course, apparently the Ace Attorney wiki just isn't high class enough to have an images section. But we can clearly see that the judge's chair is tiny. But then you can see that just by playing the games. So tomorrow's stream we're gonna open up with a comparison of both of of Trucy's themes, right? Probably not. That of course assumes that I can find two of them that start at the exact same point, and obviously the one that I use now, they don't line up correctly and it bothers me. But I can't do anything about it. I have them set to sync, and it's just that they start at different times. They were probably just pulled straight out of the game, so that just so happens to be how the songs were written, I guess. Whoa. Oh, never mind. I thought the entire town was destroyed, but no, it was just looking at the sky. You can't look at this and tell me that at first glance, it doesn't look like the town's been just demolished. Like, wow, already? Was early. Yet, more proof that this game technically takes place in the United States, even though it takes place in Japan. But they seem to have put a lot more effort into explaining this than they did with, oh, I don't know, the village that Maya was from. I was going to actually say the name and then I forgot and just sat there like, I don't know. Something village. Which literally just seems like it's in Japan. This one's explanation is Japanese immigrants. Well, it's better than the explanation we got there, which was nothing. We got no explanation, just, by the way, we happen to have a train that runs out to Crane, that's what it is. Crane Village. All we got was, we have a train going out to a very Japanese looking village. Or magic. May as well have been Hogwarts. Except that's in Britain. England, specifically. So, not the same at all. It's one of the other magical schools. You know, you had the one in Russia. You can tell my memory is terrible. I can't remember the names of things. Though I read Harry Potter 4 or 5 times in a very short span of time, several years back. I can't even remember the characters from the... Wait, was it Russian or German? Victor Crumb. Well, I remembered one of them, but I don't remember the name of the school. Long tangent that led us nowhere. That's hurtful. Wow. I mean, in all fairness, he gets a lot of shade thrown at him too. Oh, Mr. Wright, I see how it is. You want to hire an assassin to kill me. No, Judge, I'm just asking questions. Believe me, I will never have need of an assassin, ever. Get some great stuff out of the Judge, though. He's one of my favorite characters. You know, there's something that bothers me. And that is, you have the court record, and then you have the present dialogue. And the only difference is that the present dialogue doesn't have the profiles. Why couldn't you put the two together and save some space on the screen. Add more buttons. Well, we already removed one of the buttons. Wait, but I can't examine. You removed my examine button. That's it. In anger, I'm presenting my attorney's badge. Check it out. You're so lucky, Apollo. Everyone can see what you do with just a flash of your badge. I know present has always been separate. That's the thing that I don't understand is why are they separated? Did you miss the entire thing where I was like, you have the court record, and then you have the present button, and I don't see why you couldn't just put them together and let you present straight out of the court record. And then you could save up a button, and then I mentioned the fact that we already lost a button because I can't examine this area anymore. For reasons unknown. Oh, good, she goes to school. No, no, don't do it. Oh my god, it's in 3D. Oh my god. I think this is one of the greatest things to happen so far. The what? CR? Oh, court record. It didn't? So how did you get to the court record? Just present? I'm confused. Anyways, I never played the GBA versions because they're in Japanese. I wonder if someone has done a fan translation. Yeah, I kind of figured court record button, but like... Wait, so it didn't tell you that you had to push R to open the court record? You just had to know? That seems kind of dumb. But still, they went back and redid the games for the DS. But still, it would be hilarious to just have, like, an English fan translation of the GBA games for no real reason, because we have the DS games, which are better. But still, this is hilarious. So, you know, we have all the magic panties and crap from Apollo Justice, and that was weird enough. Now we have them in 3D. Oh yeah, doesn't it say the court record button? But I don't think they ever told, well, I don't know, because I never played the GBA version. And in the DS version it says push, or press the court record button. Anyways, this is hilarious. What? We get it in 3D. All it's... No! We actually have it? Ah. So... Yeah, I see that. Hey, look. Oh my god, I feel like an asshole now. So I go and look at this, and the first comment on this, back in 2008, mind you, is, I don't mean to discourage you, but this is quite pointless, since the NDS versions are available and far superior to the GBA versions. And that accent progressively got more and more Hermione-ish. By the end of it, I could have sworn I was trying to do a Hermione impression, which I'm pretty sure I was. I mean, I think it would be interesting to see what it would have been like to play the originals. Well, I agree that yes, we have the DS versions. I also agree that only Japan got to play the original Ace Attorney games because I refuse to call them their official title for reasons. Not because I can't pronounce it, but because I don't want to. Anyways, and then today I learned that English text takes up more space than Japanese text. Which makes sense, because I think that You know what? I'm not going to go there, because that's something I literally have very little knowledge of, and can't even pretend to know. I'll pretend to know some language stuff, but I will not go into the whole details of written crap. See, anyways, back to the game. This is what you get when you start presenting your attorney's badge to everyone. You get amazing crap like Trucy's Magic Panties in 3D. That was just beautiful. In a kind of awkward and weird way. What should we talk about? The monster craze. This has been fun. I'm going out on a limb here and I'm going to go ahead and guess. And my guess is Japanese mythological creatures? And now I'm going to go look it up. Agni and... Devil May Cry. 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 I don't know. Let me try adding mythology. Oh no. That's Hindu. I don't know, I was expecting a Japanese culture reference, but apparently we got Hinduism instead. I'm not complaining, I'm just disappointed in myself. And Capcom for not going Japanese. Because, it's not Japanese enough, we need to throw more Japanese in there just to make the point across that these are Japanese games, and typically refer to Japanese culture like snackoos. That was a fun little thing to learn. We could cover them in gold and you get a much better crunch. You'd also light your hair on fire, so don't actually do it. Sorry, I've been playing a lot of Portal 2 lately. And by playing a lot, I mean I spent an entire day playing Portal 2, and then spent an hour or two doing the multiplayer commentary, wherein I found out that it's not actually the entire multiplayer campaign, it just puts you in 3 separate areas of the multiplayer and gives you some background on how they did that. So you had the hub, you had, I think, Test Chamber 1, and then you also had, like, the, security area, where you go behind the scenes on the catwalks and stuff to get the security giant disc thing. Laserdisc? Laserdisc, I'm pretty sure it's Laserdisc. So, it was interesting. I learned a good bit. I've learned a lot about Portal. Like just how complicated the intro sequence was to make. And the fact that there's a particular spot in Portal 2 where you can't actually enter the room that you think you're entering. It uses, like, dev portals. It teleports you using portals. It's very weird, and I don't fully understand how it works. but I've seen the video, and they had mentioned in the commentary, which is how I went to find the video, they mentioned in the commentary that there was one area that is impossible to enter without cheating. You have to no-clip into it, and then it turns out that, I still don't fully understand how it works, though, because you can see the portal inside of the room, but it teleports you to a different room with the same portals. So it uses magic. Granted, they also did some portal magic during the escape sequence to ensure that you cannot fail one of the parts where it would be very easy to fail. But this is not Portal, this is Ace Attorney, but all this useless knowledge. Maybe when I complete this next episode, GLaDOS will take me outside and tell me about the time she saw a deer again. Wait, but I showed it to you! But this statement is impossible. This sentence is false. But it's in my court record, I showed it to her. I'm not even angry. I'm being so sincere right now. Oh my god, the attorney's badge is just the trigger for panties, apparently. And then they disappear. It reminds me of the Photon extraction system from Metal Gear Solid 5, where it just sort of disappears, because they're very inflaty and balloony, just like the Photon extraction, until you get the wormhole extractors. And, you know, they just sort of disappear. What is this? How did I get made the leader of this group? You know, so I went and changed the noise gate because I noticed it wasn't picking up my voice entirely. And now it picks up the keyboard too much, so gotta go in and tweak that. But if I set it any lower, it won't pick up my voice. Then how did I show you my attorney's badge? Oh, I didn't realize that one was labeled what to do. Hey! It says new on here, even though you've beaten the game. I love this sound effect. That sound effect wasn't as cool. I don't know, Pac-Man ghost noise? Oh no, someone knows your name. Who's that jerk? Alright, calling it now, she's the defendant. Jinxie. This is our defendant, apparently. Oh my god! Oh, this is amazing! Oh my god, this is perfect. I love this. She's trying to kill me. Or exercise me. I still don't have myself. Well, she's 16 and she is huge. Wait a minute. If it's been almost a year, shouldn't she be 17? I also forgot just how old she was. Wasn't she 16 in Apollo Justice? Had she just turned 16 and we haven't quite reached her birthday? What's the specific time? I don't know these things. Oh my god. I'm adding just, oh my god, the animations. I guess that counts as 2. Oh my god. It blows as he talks. Oh my god. Words don't. Oh my god. This game is beautiful. Yes, please eat her. Sometimes you have to think before you say things. That's one of those times I should have thought. I don't know, I'm gonna stick with it. Forgive me, oh terrible one. Do demons like being called horrible? You know, all this demon culture assumes that they enjoy being evil and called evil. Maybe they're just evil because they're angry that we think that they're evil. Just offensive. You just assume my terribleness? I'll have you know, I have a PhD in terribleness. God damn it, I messed that reference up. It's horribleness. It's I have a PhD in horribleness. Also, wouldn't be surprised if no one knows what that's from because it's impossible to find anymore. Except I think you can still buy it on Amazon. Their streaming service. But it's not on Netflix, and it does not exist on YouTube at all. It's like they just delete every single attempt to upload it. Or perhaps it just can't be uploaded because there is no copy of it in existence. Except on Amazon. Ah, it's gone. Now I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm getting impatient. Oh, I've got it. Good thing I didn't present this beforehand. Take that. This is what I get for forgetting to present the attorney's badge, but then I wouldn't have seen that. Granted, that really was just a repeat of the scene we've already seen. I am really tired right now. I wouldn't know, but I have a lot of questions now. Trucy is a demon. Oh! It put me right back in here, that's weird. I keep hitting the mic. Are we sure it wasn't the hash-slinging slasher? Something tells me he's no longer imprisoned, he commits murder, and then you become the defendant, and I get to defend you in court, and you get to see that I'm not a demon. Or that I'm so good at being a lawyer that the demons kicked me out of demon court because I was too good. And they just weren't getting enough souls eaten. I don't know, I'm only familiar with Egyptian mythology, so... So anyways, they sent me out from demon court into the real world to be a lawyer for humans for reasons unknown. Because they realized that the only way to stop the amount of non-evil soul court stuff was to prevent the not evil humans from dying as quickly, so that... I don't know, okay? I'm just making stuff up, and it sounded right in my head. And then I realized that I just don't know how to phrase things. Oh good, thanks for the scroll. Do I get to keep the scroll? Hey look, it's a kitsune. And a hippogriff. How did I miss the fact... Have we said nine-tailed fox yet? I don't think we have. Oh, we said something else, but still. Nine-tailed fox, aka a kitsune. I can know some stuff. Those shifty eyes don't really fill me with confidence in our safety. What, you mean that you don't lock all your money behind a security scroll that lights thieves on fire? Am I the only one? My money just sits right out in the open, on the table, next to my computer, my really expensive computer, and the only thing stopping people from stealing it is a scroll that lights people on fire if they are a thief. True story. Okay, there's only one lie in that story, and that's that I have money. The joke is the lie is that I don't actually have money. But I said that I had money, and I said that it was lying around. But, I mean, there is $1 lying around somewhere. Underneath some receipts. Crap ton of receipts. Anyways. Foolproof security system. I just don't know what happens to the money or the computer in this case. Would the computer and money light on fire? Probably. In which case there wouldn't be anything left to steal, so... When? Maybe? Oh, thanks for the scroll. Show me the deets! I mean, obviously at some point this has to be presented, right? The games never give us evidence that aren't used. Great, now I'm curious. Now I want to be the bad guy who rips them off her forehead. Is it too late to get a drink? Probably not. There's going to be a surprise event, guys. Is it a murder? I expect murder. It's always murder. Except for when it's not. Have I mentioned my videos are probably all demonetized for murder and swearing? Nah, that can't be true because some of the people I watch aren't demonetized. I just use an ad blocker. They said it was okay. They told me. Well, they told everyone in general it was okay to use ad blockers. As if I need someone to tell me that what I'm doing is fine. It's questionable at worst. It's fine. Objection! Where's that die and go to heaven charm? Her solution is suicide, which is not a laughing matter. But in this case, it's kind of funny because of how ridiculous this entire thing is. Also because it's a game, so they're not real people. Animation. It's hard to tell, but judging by the silhouette, I'm gonna say it's Samus. Samus has invaded Ace Attorney and is going to defeat demons. Because reasons. I don't see 9 golden tails. I see a cape. Is it Superman? No. No, that's too obvious. It's Batman. What the hell? Objection! Objection! Hold on, I've got this. Objection! There we go. Is that good? That was good. This looks scripted. This is scripted. This is clearly scripted. Oh, I didn't even notice he has a wrestler's belt. This is obviously fake. These people are gullible and stupid, which do not mean the same thing. She does not look pleased. But he doesn't look anything like this. Hold on. Okay, never mind. I was like, I'm getting some, like, sound lag, but no. I don't think that it plays the sound when you hit the button. I think it plays the sound when it changes the select over. Which has a very mild animation. So I'm guessing one of those two is going to die. I mean, these games are very predictable, so my prediction is going to be that the wrestler dude is going to die, Jinxie is going to be the defendant, and it'll have nothing to do with the other guy in the hippogriff outfit, Tenmataro. That's my guess. Let's see how wrong I am. You know, we still haven't seen Maya in a while, or Pearl. I wonder what happened to them. Now, I'm pretty sure that there is audio lag, though. They'll hit the button, it'll pop up it'll flash the middle thingy, but then it makes the sound like half a second later. Let's see if it does the same thing when I tap. Maybe that is how it's designed, I don't know, it just seems off. No, because it sounds like it's actually playing the sound on top of the text sound, which would suggest that it's actually playing it late. So you wouldn't normally have two sound effects playing at the same time. Someone's been murdered. Alright, we're already up to part 1 of my theory. Who's Alderman Kyubi? I'm gonna go ahead and say that I was wrong. Killed as in dead, yes. As opposed to killed as in asleep. I guess we could argue killed as in fainted from Pokemon. I don't know how many people actually refer to it as killing the Pokemon when it clearly says fainted, but I do. Are we sure Tenmataro did it? Oh, thank God. I was worried I wouldn't have something concealing my face. My eyes, specifically. I don't like being able to see, so thank you very much for making it so it's harder for me to see while I investigate. I mean, it's not too late to... It's not too early to... Not too late. It's not too late to, to find out that the guy who died is actually the wrestler dude. So, my theory is seemingly... Oh. Cutscene. Now it's too late. Oh, he's not dead. We're good.
Huh? Are you all right? Who are you?
I'm Apollo Justice. Attorney.
Help!
At
Someone
law.
call an ambulance!
Demon lawyer. Demon attorney. Nice. I don't think we've had police sound effects in any of the Ace Attorney games before. And that was it. They aren't on repeat. He did it. He didn't did it. I don't think it did. Alright, in the time so you have an hour before the stream ends. That's enough time to play through 1-2 and determine if it has police sirens, especially since you probably only need to play through the first investigation. After that, it's unlikely that they will have police sirens. And if there are in the first investigation, then obviously I'm wrong, and if there aren't, you may have to play through the rest of it to double check. Well, the police are questioning her, so here's my theory. Oh wait, we already have my theory. I wonder what crazy animal left those tracks. Couldn't be the hippogriff. So I'm guessing they didn't arrest her. Hold on. I'm required by law. I really am a demon lawyer. I should have expected that he would literally just describe the judge. Yes, that's scary. You know, actually, come to think of it, yes, that is kind of scary. Especially to someone who doesn't fully understand the court system, I guess? I'm just thinking at a general level, judges are kind of scary. But specifically, this judge is kind of terrifying. Here. I love me some demented camera demons. Alright, I'm now completely convinced that she doesn't know the difference between demons and humans. You would think. You would think. I just realized that I mixed up 1-2 and 2-2. But also the fact that I never mentioned any specific details in the case, but 1-2 is, I believe, a much shorter case than 2-2. Give me a quick second. Alright, I'm back. Now 1-2 is also Maya, but that's the trial for Mia Fey. It's death. I don't think that one had sirens. He is the killer. Hold on, I think I missed something. Well, wrong on 2 parts. Wait a minute, I knew who got murdered. Why am I so dumb? I completely forgot that the intro cutscene showed the person who got murdered. And who did it. So, wrong on all accounts. Gotta look towards the new theory. Well, there goes my stream quality right there. Now we're dropping frames. Has it stabilized yet? I think it's stabilized. I should not be this tired. You know what? I'll be right back. I really need a drink. Well, I'm back. I'm in a crap ton of pain now, but I am back. Ow. Okay, I dropped more frames while I was gone, so that was nice. Hold on, backtrack. I know I had said that that I had to throw out my previous theory, but he was a former pro wrestler and he knew the amazing Nine Tails. There is a chance. Wait, no, that doesn't. That's the defendants. That doesn't. Never mind. Ugh. My brain is fried. Like an egg. I blame the fact that, I don't know if anyone watching this has seen some of my streams from over a year ago now, I think. Some stuff from, like, what was that? This is 2019. I didn't stream for most of 2018. And what the hell is going on with my internet? It's like just suddenly it stops working. I have really good internet, so I don't know why. Anyway, I think 2017 or early 2018 I started playing a game called Outland, which I then killed. I never completed it, and I think I on stream said I'm not coming back to this. So I came back to it today. I spent a good portion of my day yelling because that game is terrible. Just bad game. Yeah, I spent a good long time playing Outland today, just pushing through the pain and torment that it caused me. Before I finally said, you know what, this game is absolutely ridiculous. And not in a fun or good way. Not even laughably ridiculous. Literally just... they designed a game that's impossible to play. With any level of skill. Because it doesn't rely on skill, it relies on blind luck. And the ability to keep track of 1 million moving objects on the screen. Essentially. And I couldn't do it. I got 2 bosses in. I got through the second boss, said, you know what? Well, actually, I got a little bit past the second boss. I think I got a fair bit past the second boss, but I don't know. And I said, you know what? I'm done. And I uninstalled it again, and I've just... if I didn't have so many hours put into it. And I think I got it for free. I don't think I paid for it. I wish I could get rid of it. I wish I could just make it disappear from my Steam library. I want it gone from my life. It was terrible. That flower looks familiar. It's probably based on a real life flower that I've seen. I think she did it. I think she's the murderer. I don't. Although if it turns out she is, I will be completely shocked. But I'm expecting... oh... I would expect her as a witness, except that the prosecution... whichever prosecutor is in this game, and also... we haven't even met this game's prosecutor. But whoever it is, and I'm hoping it's Prosecutor Gavin, but it's probably not, because every game they usually bring in a new prosecutor. You know, Ace Attorney had Miles Edgeworth, Ace Attorney 2 had Francisca Von Karma, Ace Attorney 3 had Godot, Apollo Justice had Prosecutor Gavin. I miss Godot. I'm still really upset with how that ended. And I've seen that ending twice, and each time, the whole 2 times, it was much sadder the second time. And I started coming up with some theories about the jurist system. But I think, due to the fact that it apparently doesn't show up ever again, I did my homework on that and it doesn't show up ever again. So, my original theory was that Phoenix Wright did the jurist system. He started on the jurist system from Like, from 7 years ago, after he lost his attorney's badge, he started on the jurist system as a way to, like, sort of get his revenge for losing his attorney's badge, because initial trial system is kind of screwed up. Their legal system needs work. But then after playing through Trials and Tribulations, this was before my second Apollo Justice playthrough, I was like, maybe he did it because of how that trial ended. Because of the fact that Godot would have been found guilty and sentenced to death for a murder. Even though he believed that he was doing it to defend someone else. Which I would argue would be, justified. But justified self-defense is still murder in their legal system, and it gets the harshest penalty just like murder. But then playing through Apollo Justice, I'm pretty sure that he did the jurist system with, given that it never comes back, and it's implied heavily that it's been worked on for quite a while, but probably not quite as long as I expected. I'm pretty sure he did it to have Kristoff found guilty. Knowing that there was no other way to get him found guilty, he had to push the jurist system through. So he did that. And he'd been working on that for years, and I think it had been done since he lost his attorney's badge. So I'm pretty sure that he knew that Kristoff was the original defense attorney. And he probably pieced everything together. And because the jurist system doesn't come back, my theory is that he pretty much just used it to get someone who could not be found guilty at all found guilty. And then said, yeah, well, there's no need for this anymore. So, you know, I spend way too much time contemplating these games. Do I have to? Well, sounds like every single case up to this point. So who is our prosecutor? So I have a theory that fits in, that can at least be justified with the way that most of the games have gone. Which is that the second trial usually opens with a minor investigation. Not really even an investigation, just sort of an introduction to the case. Throws you into court, and then day 2 is when you actually investigate. So my theory is I should be able to see the prosecutor tonight. Because there isn't usually a lot of investigating that happens during the second case. Until the second half of the case. There's a bit of investigation though. Thinking 1, 2, you did almost no investigating. Went around the office. I think you went to the detention center, and you might have gone across the street, but I don't think you actually went across the street to the hotel before the trial. I can't remember. 2, you did, again, minor amounts of investigating. Which one was 3, 2? Trials and Tribulations is so forgettable. Did you get the wiretap the first? Okay. I could not remember if the wiretap was part 1 or part 2. Yeah, that would be part 1. Because part 2 is bringing Red White to court. Since part 2 is he accuses you of being the murderer. Hold on. Alright, 3, 2. So 3, 1. 3-1 was a flashback case. 3-2 was... Which one was 3-2? I cannot remember that one. Was that? Was that the one with the French restaurant? I don't think it was. Right, it was Mask to Mask. Again, you did a minor amount of investigating in that one. But the majority of the investigation is done during the second half. So even in the Stolen Turnabout, you went around. There was a fair bit more investigating, but it still wasn't extensive. What is this theme? Now I'm trying to think Apollo Justice Case 2. I know this one. Hold on, alright. Apollo Justice Case 1 is obviously Phoenix, right? For the murder of Zach Gramery. No, Case 2 of Apollo Justice had a crap ton of investigating. So it might be that that's the direction they go for this. So I remember I spent like 2 streams investigating, and I don't remember how long actually, but I remember the investigation being long. And then I remember replaying it and being like, holy crap, this investigation takes forever. But then this game also hasn't told me that I need to solve 3 separate crimes and tie them all together and find the defendant not guilty. Or at least push for another day to do more investigating. Oh, good, we have notes! He ignores the fact that we have a touchscreen and literally just gives button controls. I wonder how this ties in to everything. Is the note system at all important to this game, or is it just sort of there to be... You know what, that might be a spoiler. Remember when I could shoot laser beams from my eyes? No, because it never happened. Okay. So it doesn't really... You know what? That's good though, because I'm forgetful, and a lot of times I wish I had notes. Oh my god, look, I totally went into this thinking I'd have to go back to Yokai Lane, to go to the Riot Anything Agency, to go to the detention center, because every other Ace Attorney game, oh my god, this is beautiful. Same security camera, but 3D models. Oh my god, the animations! Even though this isn't technically an animation, I'm still counting it. Oh, fun. Is that why it does that? No, it's just like that. I just realized that I was moving the counter, A, and B, the counter actually somewhat obscures the... Barely, and it actually seems to be perfectly lined up such that it doesn't cover anything. It doesn't cover any of the text, but it does actually go over the chat. And it just lines up. That's amazing. But yeah, note system, that seems useful. Oh, good, we actually made it during this. Oh my god. He's guilty. Calling it right now, he's guilty. I'm here to help. Rude? You're rude. This whole system is rude. I hate you. Oh, thank God. I thought he was calling me rude. Ugh, never mind. I take back the... I am rude. I take back the previous thing. I was just assuming. I love how with one sentence, though, my respect for him has flipped completely. I was like, he's guilty, and now I'm like, oh my god, this is like... I just want to cry. This guy is so nice. He's got such good morals. He recognizes that he has nothing to offer, and that he is rude. I mean, sure, in this situation, he's wrong. He doesn't need to have anything to offer, and there go my frames again. But just the fact that he's like, I don't have anything to offer to show for your kindness to visit me, and offer to help. So now he wants... You know, I've heard breaking out of jail to run away from your crimes. But this guy wants to break out of jail to make me some tea and cookies. And I was actually about to say tea and biscuits, and then I was like, wait a minute. I don't have an English accent. Not usually, not often. Sometimes, but not often. In fact, you can go through some of my streams, and some of them I do, and some of them I don't. And I was worried that that wouldn't go well with people, because they probably wouldn't understand that I am English. And sometimes I swap between American English and English. Pikachu! Yeah, I don't know. I could go for some tea and cookies. Hey Techie, when are you gonna fix me some tea and cookies? Huh? Hey, jailbreak for tea and cookies should reduce his sentence, because that's just kind. No one ever offers me tea and cookies, Techie! Just realized I never made you tea, ever. Stop hitting my mic. Stop it! Okay, I give up. I'm just gonna keep hitting my mic, trying to do that. I made one of my other friends some tea. We made Jammy Dodgers. Wait, was that you? I thought that was someone else. Was that you that I did tea and Jammy Dodgers with? Or was that someone else who... I don't know his screen name. I can't remember it off the top of my head, so I won't refer to him by name. Out of respect, because I don't know if he would care. Granted, it would be much harder to track him down than it is for you, because... well, you're always in my streams. I sincerely cannot remember who I did tea and Jammy Dodgers with. Jammy Dodgers are delicious. Okay, so that was with you, because that was back in high school. I invited someone over. Or... maybe I made you tea and I did tea and Jammy Dodgers with him. Because I'm pretty sure I did tea and Jammy Dodgers with him while I was dating him. Quote unquote dating him. Because, well, that's not important. It's very personal and extremely complicated. No, because well, I did Doctor Who with both you and him, so it would make sense either way. I could see this going both ways. But then you never got far enough into Doctor Who to get the Jammy Dodger joke. He did. And I spent more time talking about Doctor Who with him than with you. Live on stream, trying to figure out history. My own history with my own friends. Am I a bad person? Not for interrupting my own stream to have this personal conversation. Sort of semi-personal. But for not being able to remember it. Oh, he seems angry. Yes, you protect those moral fibers. While my internet goes to shit for no reason. I don't know what's happened. All of a sudden, just the internet has started being weird. It'll just randomly start dropping like this, and I don't know why. I wonder if it has to do with NTR. I mean, because it wasn't doing this for Apollo Justice, so the only thing that has changed is that I'm now streaming off the 3DS, and maybe it's just putting too much strain on the router? Maybe if I disconnected my laptop, which might be in sleep mode, I don't really know, because I've never used the secondary profile I put on it, so I don't know what happens. But also, I have 30 minutes left, and I really want to see this prosecutor. That is never good. Also, there is a sound delay for the stream, I'm pretty sure, because sound is output immediately, but the graphics are slower because they have to go over the network. Now, if I had a second network card, I could set up a LAN router that literally just connects the two that sits in my room, and you wouldn't have network traffic in the way. So it would probably be faster. But also, I don't know what's going on. This is not looking good for that co-op Let's Play series. It's entirely possible that that might have to be done on video. Now that I'm back into contact with my editor, he or she, because I can't remember, they might be willing to do editing again. But still, I don't understand. Why is my internet going like this? Why is it jumping like this? Look, I'm going from like 500 megabits to 500 kilobits. Just massive jump. Either that or my monitor is the network monitor is fucking up. You would think that by now it would have figured out how to balance itself, but it is not balancing. Well, I have a weekend to figure it out, I guess. I have the weekend to figure out what the fuck is going on with my router, or internet, or something. By the way, my network connection should be at... probably not 500 megabits, actually. It should be at 80 megabits. I think my standard is 80. perhaps if I had an Ethernet connection. Again, that's also down, and I should be looking up, and up is actually surprisingly good. Did I just call it quits? It looks like it's balanced out now. Of course not! Why would it? Ugh. Is it obvious that when I'm frustrated, I just stop commentating completely? I'm just dropping frames for no reason! There is literally no reason for like, it took me an hour and 28-ish minutes before it really got bad, and then it just went to fuck. I'm so pissed off that I don't even want to sentence correctly, because that should have been went to hell, but I'm just so pissed off because there's no reason for this. It's not something I know how to fix, because it's not something I've ever had to deal with. I'm curious. What happens if I kill the stream? But I didn't fix it, so it's not this. Good to know. No, it's literally just... Wait, the network antenna? Is it at the wall? That didn't fix it either, so I'm out of options. What is with it? It's literally just all of a sudden for no reason. I just noticed though, this is actually a different. They changed the detention center, right? I see something I haven't seen before. Where's that from? Yeah, before, if you look in the bottom right corner, you actually see the microphone system they use to communicate. I didn't notice that. Probably because this is the first time that has existed. I went back and double checked on Google Images. And no, that wasn't there. What is this? This isn't the Steel Samurai theme. Why is Phoenix Wright's theme Trucy's theme? Or is this the Grammary theme? I don't know why, but I actually get Trucy's theme and the Grammary theme mixed up. They sound the same to me, even though I know they're not the same, but like, I can't differentiate them without having them played back to back. So I think that they're different. I could be wrong. Could be trying to cover for the fact that I don't know if they're different. Oh good, so now we have her backstory. Yeah, I guess that's fair. She has an attorney's badge. Who has one of those? You know, for an anything agency, we really have a common law office. April 17th. Why are police officers such assholes to attorneys? Wow, she's aggressive. I see the attorney's badge. Come on, let me shout objection. Give me the opportunity. Oh my god, cutscene. And that is how Apollo Justice got murdered. Also, assault on a police officer is, I'm pretty sure, a felony. She's not sorry. Called it. Called felony. I called felony. You didn't believe me, but I called felony. It's assault on a police officer. And self-defense isn't gonna help you, because that wasn't self-defense. Yes, that right, as opposed to the other right. You know, the guy who flew a plane. Back forever ago. Really? Because I didn't go very far to look for her. I literally went to one location, and she was there. Hold on, I have to do this. Oh, thank God, I was worried that it was someone else's attorney's badge. I'm shocked that you didn't mistake it for someone else's attorney's badge. You mean the total of, like, 4? I've only won 4 cases. I've only been in 4 cases. As far as I'm aware. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's only been in 4. If I show this to you. Why can't I... There's some things I can't skip and other things I can. So that's interesting. It is. Hold on, got an age check. She's not in my profiles. I mean, it's not like she became a lawyer at 16, like some people I know. I think Edgeworth did that. Or was Edgeworth 18? Edgeworth might have been 18 because that was in America, Japanica. Francisca was 16, but she was in Germany. And as they mentioned in the game, they're a bit more progressive over there in Europe. Was Edgeworth 20? Francisca was 16, I know that much. Because Maya was like, she's the same age as I am. Edgeworth was 20 and still one of the youngest prosecutors. Still made prosecutor at one of the youngest ages. One of the youngest prosecutor. You know what I'm trying to say. Oh, of course, Europe. Capcom's go-to explanation for how it is that people can be so young and yet so far ahead. They went to Europe. They're progressive over there, you know? You can be made prosecutor at 16, and then come to America at 16, and whip the judge. For reasons unknown. I'm not sure how I feel about the whip. The whip is fine, Your Honor, let's just get on with this. Edgeworth recognizing when a battle cannot be won, and just saying, you know what, screw it. I mean, Francisca was made prosecutor at 16, so genius or just German. There's the introduction to the analytical psychology. Okay, Apollo's a little dense if he doesn't understand how psychology helps be a better lawyer. Okay, in all fairness, in the games it wouldn't actually, because in the games it seems like, you know, justified self-defense is still murder and will still get you the death penalty, so it's not like having a reason behind it proven behind any crimes, since they're all murder cases, has helped. But in the real world, psychology would actually help you get a lesser sentence, because half the time in the real world, your case isn't actually trying to necessarily prove not guilty, it's more pleading for a lesser sentence. That might not be entirely accurate. A good portion of the time, though, it's, you know, the defense attorney's like, let's see what we can do about getting you a lesser sentence. And psychology would help, because then you could go into hows and whys behind everything. And sometimes it is as simple as trying to prove that someone didn't commit a crime, but sometimes it's just, well, obviously we already know you committed the crime, now we just need to push for something a little less, not the maximum penalty. He's intense. Very intense. I'm not crying, you're crying. Shut up. Why did she wear one glove? Why one? What is the purpose of this? Yes, because we saw how well the jurist system worked. It actually worked really well. Huh, okay. I guess that makes more sense than trying to explain how she's touching holograms. It's very obvious that Widget just outputs holograms, so I guess it's got a motion sensor? It's got a bunch of sensors inside that changes around the display and everything as it moves. Which makes a lot more sense than just the standard science fiction interactive holograms. Which I'm pretty sure is impossible. And then I'm reminded that we have holographic keyboards. Sort of. I don't know the full details on how they work, though. I like my answer more, though, because my answer makes more sense. Why rely on light reflection, which is not terribly accurate, when you have Wii technology, which admittedly relies on infrared. Okay, but you also have the 3DS and AR. Put it all together and I feel like it could work a bit better than my initial theory. Like, the whole idea that it just has sensors that detect movement and probably particular finger movements, because I lost my train of thought. That wouldn't be that hard. Obviously you'd have to zero it out somewhere. Everything would have to be relative to a fixed location. What would that fixed location be? Hell, there could probably be a button that you can hit that, like, calibrates it to your location, and that location becomes the central point, and as you move around, it senses the movement, sends the data back to Widget, and updates the hologram. I make it... It seems very simple to me. Hold on, I missed something. Yeah, okay. She still doesn't explain how it works. I still like my answer more. Also, that we didn't use a camera, it used infrared. Used an infrared sender and receiver. Not a camera. Unless I'm wrong. I'm not the one who took apart one of the sensor bars to make it a USB sensor bar and take out some of the infrared things. It's actually a camera? Are IR sensors just cameras? Have I been wrong my entire life? Is my Arduino that's sitting over there not actually doing anything? You're not making yourself look any better. Now you just look like a Wii sensor bar destroyer. Granted, they still work. I plead the fifth. You know what? It probably fell behind the thing. I don't actually know where it went. I have the Wiimote right here. I have a Wiimote. I don't know what happened to the sensor bar. I swear, I try to take good care of your stuff. It ran away. I don't like Widget. No. Why would you have the sensor bar? Because I would have needed the sensor bar, because that's why I had the Wiimote. You gave me the sensor bar, didn't you? Maybe you do. Then why would I have the Wiimote? What am I supposed to do with a Wiimote without a sensor bar? Unless... No? It's not a part of any of the crap that's lying there. Seriously, what good is a Wiimote without a sensor bar? No? That wouldn't make sense though. Why would I give it back to you and not give you the Wiimote? Which, by the way, I should return to you this weekend. I will return this when I find your sensor bar. I am a thief. There's a thief in our neighborhood. What saddens me is that I will probably be the only person in the entire world. That's not entirely true. I'm the only person watching my streams, or involved in the streams, that actually would understand that. It's a reference to something very specific. To a neighborhood, to a fairly small neighborhood that I grew up in. Where we had, like, I think a fox going around stealing pets or something. We had a fox, I think. There was a fox in the neighborhood. And on the neighborhood bulletin board, because holy crap, I actually lived in a neighborhood that had a neighborhood bulletin board, someone had put up a sign that said, "There's a thief in our neighborhood." I don't know, it was funny at the time, but this was years and years and years ago. I don't even think I was in high school at the time. I think I was still in middle school. Why? Why is it always flying? It's always now we have to prove how they were flying. Or if they were really flying. Or if it was a pendulum. Or rotary motion. The hell even knows what rotary motion? Okay. In all fairness, rotary motion is not that complicated. I don't know why I had so much trouble with that one. It's in the name, I know that. I still had a lot of trouble with that case. Apparently, swinging motion was false. I don't know. I was thinking pulley system, but they were thinking, nah, we just transport two of the exact same weighted objects across a, well, pulley system, such that one weighs the other one down and allows the rope to spin. It was weird. I thought pendulum though. So remember when I said that she's German? Or when I had mentioned the fact that Von Karma became a prosecutor in Germany, and that Athena, could have gotten her attorney's badge in Germany? Well, I just realized that occasionally she spouts out a German phrase. So I might be onto something. That's probably the explanation, is she went to Germany to study law and became a prosecutor at 18, because you can do that in Germany in this game. I don't think you can do it in real life. I don't know, feel free to try, but I wouldn't. Granted, we also live in a universe, or we live in a world where the legal system differs from country to country, and so you'd have to probably take the bar exam or the equivalent of the bar exam for each country that you want to be an attorney in. So you couldn't go to Germany, become a licensed attorney, then come back to America and expect them to let you defend people. Just saying, but also the legal system's completely different. You know, Capcom, I want an explanation for this. How is it that they can go to Germany, become a licensed attorney, get their attorney's badge or prosecutor's badge or whatever, and then come back to America and be expected to abide by a completely different set of laws? There's nothing in the games that suggests that the initial trial system exists in all countries. You went from German to Spanish? I think that's Spanish. Well, unfortunately, I ran out of time. God, if I just had one more hour, I could easily have made it. But that's all I have time for tonight. You know, I could probably save 30 minutes, at least, if I just stopped going off on random tangents. Just saying. But that is neither here nor there, nor around the square. I was going to continue going on with Frosty the Snowman, but I forgot the next line. Is it saying catch me if you can? It's not important. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, rating, comment. And if you haven't enjoyed, rating, comment. It's unlikely I'll listen to your comments. I tend to not appreciate when people tell me I'm doing it wrong. My style is my style and no one else's. But, you know, feel free to. Doesn't mean I'll listen. I might call you out, get angry. 'Cause I'm good at that. I'm good at getting angry. Not much else, but I'm very good at getting angry. So yeah. Typically stream weeknights, 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. Twitch.tv/MultidarkSamuses, or find me on YouTube, MultidarkSamuses. I streamed both, and all the VODs are uploaded to YouTube. Links are in the description on the YouTube video, and some of the links are on Twitch, Twitter, MultidarkSamuses, for stream notifications in the off chance that I post there. And as I mentioned, if you missed anything, VODs are on YouTube. I don't know why I lost my train of thought there. The VODs are uploaded to YouTube, so you can go back and watch any previous streams you missed, or if you want to watch some of the older streams, maybe watch the one I referenced earlier that I've already forgotten about. Oh yeah, Outland. go see the... You know, I think I was less angry in that than I was in this. My temper has become less controllable. Or just less controlled. It's just as controllable as ever. Why do I have to correct people in myself? Well, see you next mission.